What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Tuesday evening's Anfield Agenda news roundup, and as always, it's a pleasure to be here with you. Today we're going to discuss Dominic Solanke and a potential new deal for him, as well as a couple of other Liverpool midfielders. We'll talk about Ibrahim Konate, his future, and why he'll be unavailable perhaps for the game against Marseille tomorrow. We'll discuss Xabi Alonso and the strangest article that I've ever seen written about a Liverpool manager. That and lots more to come over the next few minutes. But as always, I want to know your thoughts. Do let us know in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. And I won't be live tonight. It is my son's birthday, so we're going out for dinner. But there will be a late news video coming up later on, about 9:30, that I hope will keep you right up to date. And then I'll be here tomorrow at 6:45 to start the watch along of the Reds' trip over to the Stade Velodrome to take on Marseille in a massive Champions League game. Until then, let's get cracking with the news. So, Dominic Solanke confirms that he is in talks with the Reds over a new deal. Speaking, this is what Dom had to say. Of course, I'm happy here, but you know how football works, and that's something everybody has to take into account. There's always progress, but no decision has been made. I'll just keep on going every week, every training session, giving my best for the team and for the fans. Let's see what's going to happen in the future. There has been talks, but for sure, not any decision has been made. Now, I don't know how to take that. In one sense, it's of course good that Liverpool are looking to tie him down, and I'll move on to speak a little bit more about Dominic Solanke in a couple of moments, but I hope that it is good news on this front, because we'll all agree he's had a fantastic season and a player that we very much do want to keep at the club. Now, sticking in that team, Paul Joyce has said that the development continues with Liverpool looking to tie down the future of Ryan Gravenberch, while there's also been contact with the representatives of Alexis McAllister about the structure of a future agreement, although talks have not been in depth thus far. And a reminder that we do know contract situations are running down. Robertson up at the end of this season, Konate up at the end of this season. Then we go into next season where our manager, our sporting director, the CEO of football, goalkeeper Alisson Becker, Kostas Tsimikas and others' contracts are up then as well. So clock's ticking, boys. Better get working on those deals. So, Konate. This piece again from Paul Joyce said that Ibrahim Konate has been in talks for about 15 months over a new deal, but an agreement has still not been reached. Now, as I mentioned in a couple of pieces there over the last few weeks, it is believed that it's unlikely at this point that he will agree a new deal. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is absolutely set in stone. But the thought process seems to be that it is unlikely Konate will agree a new deal. And at this point, I've got to say, if there is an agreement, it seems to be that it'll be one that would suit Konate's side far more. The later these things go, in my opinion, the more likely it is for a club to have to pay over the odds to keep a player, because that's what is stopping this, the difference in valuations of the wages. And I've got to say, as much as it will be difficult to go out and find another centre-back, I do think that Liverpool will have a number that they don't want to go past, and I certainly don't think Ibrahim Konate is up there in the 200 grand plus a week defensive category. Maybe you do, and if you do, of course, let me know in the comments. Now, potential good news here. Marca, a Spanish publication, have said Xabi Alonso plans to take a small pause from coaching. Here comes the but. Well, it's actually an unless. Unless Liverpool come for him. He would immediately accept to coach as he really loves the club. That's according to Marca. Now look, right now, night after night, day after day, we're all asking when it's going to happen, what's likely. We've run many polls suggesting or asking what you guys think. And I ran a poll yesterday in our WhatsApp, and I'm going to read you out the answers to that poll right now. The simple poll question was the same as the one that we asked last night, which was basically, what do you think should happen with Arne Slot and his tenure? So we asked, when should FSG remove Slot from his role? And the three options that we gave people were, wait until the end of the season, he should be fired immediately, or he deserves to keep his job. And in last place, with just 90 votes, was he deserves to keep his job. In second place, wait until the end of the season with 351 votes. But far and away out in front, he should be fired immediately with 1,300 plus votes. So as you can see, Liverpool fans, myself included, do feel that it should be done now. But ultimately, Xabi Alonso, as long as those communication channels are open and the potential for him to come in as the next Liverpool coach and he doesn't go elsewhere is available, then I think we should be looking at that very strongly. Now, of course, the game against Marseille tomorrow night is going to have a big say on our season, and James Pearce has said, Ibrahima Konate is back in France for family reasons and it remains to be seen whether he links up with the squad in Marseille. Now, I truly don't know what the situation is here, but it is a family reason, and sincerely, we all wish Ibrahima Konate the very best with whatever this situation is. Of course, we hope it's not serious, and we hope whatever it is going on with his family, that he is okay, and his family is okay as well, of course. First and foremost, he is a human being, and that is the most important thing. What that means for the Red squad tomorrow night, as we said, we don't yet really know. Would it see Joe Gomez go in there alongside Virgil van Dijk? That would probably be my guess. Some other good news, I guess, if you want to talk about good news, obviously Salah or Konate's family issue isn't good news, but good news for the club is that Mohamed Salah is back. Pictures of him back at the AXA have been put out there, which is good news. And again, it remains to be seen how much, if any, action he'll see against Marseille tomorrow night. I mean, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks to see what Arne Slot does with Mohamed Salah, whether he goes straight back into the team or not. But again, I can't emphasise this enough. That game against Marseille is huge. If we win that, it gives us a great chance of being in the top 8 and avoiding the two-legged playoff tie. If we don't win tomorrow night, it's going to be very difficult to get into that top 8, and then the final game will be against Karabag next week in the Champions League. So big match tomorrow night. This from Andy Hunter of The Guardian. He said, Liverpool consider Dominic Soboszlai as a potential future captain and are keen to reward his progress. As I said, we talked about a new deal for Dom a moment ago. Now, at the start of this video, I said to you, and if you're in our WhatsApp, you'll know what I'm about to read out. I read the strangest article ever, and it was on Football 365, and it was about Arne Slot and a comparison. And let me just read you out a section of this, because it kind of speaks to how he's being perceived. Again, not saying I support or don't support this piece. It is just one of the strangest pieces I've ever seen written. And it said this: contrast that with Slot, literally a human blobfish. The only thing more mind-numbingly tedious and sporadic than his Liverpool team tactics and performances are his post-match interviews and the interminable and infernal reasonableness emanating from his featureless, shiny orb, hovering above his shoulders. Throw some fecking furniture, Arne. You're making that £500 million squad look like it was spent on Valium. And then they go on to say, Arne, a human blowfish in charge of stultifyingly Bobbins Liverpool. Article called Gafezzo. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. And he said, sorry this turned into a bit of a ramble about Swiss-style mitigation. Have a great weekend and apologies to blobfish everywhere. That has to go down, ladies and gentlemen, as one of the strangest articles I've ever heard written, or seen written, about any Liverpool coach. But I get what they mean in theory about the slowness, the volume aspect of it that they threw in, because it does look like at times we're playing like we can't get out of second gear and we don't have any life in us, and we are very meandering in our performances. And I get what he means about Arne, go in there, throw a bit of furniture around, do something. I've been screaming for a bit of life to be thrown into it myself. But look, let us know what you think about it all, ladies and gentlemen. The Dominic Soboszlai situation, more importantly, the Xabi Alonso situation, because for me, he's got to be given the job, Xabi, soon. If he isn't given the job, I'm going to be very concerned about it, because Liverpool are in a mess right now, and 12 games unbeaten is a falsehood in my opinion. We told you guys yesterday that our own news and the news of that, and people that were, the news that has also been put out by people that we respect, is that Liverpool at this moment in time have no plans to axe Arne until the end of the season. But of course, everything could change with a poor result over at the Stade Velodrome against Marseille, or more points being dropped against Bournemouth in the league. And I do expect Mo to come back into the 11 for that game, because he loves a goal against Bournemouth, doesn't he? They get themselves a credible point last night away against Brighton at the Amex in the league. So again, no mugs, and expecting that to be a difficult game. And one last thing before I finish up is you'll see lots and lots of clubs again out there on the transfer market. Seen Chelsea still trying to bring in a defender in Xhaka, who's been described as the real deal. Crystal Palace look like they could be moving for Andoni Areola. Mateta is hot property at the minute. Juventus and others looking to bring him in. Every club seemingly trying to tie down players to improve the squad for the big push at the end of the season, except one. And I think you know who that one is, right? Unfortunately, it's us. The club probably one of the ones most in need, specifically in the centre-back position. So this situation, obviously, Konate is with his family for an emergency, and that on its own, of course, is absolutely fine. But it does show you the the really dubious nature of our centre-back situation at the minute. One injury to one of the lads and we're up a certain creek without a paddle, folks. So I'll see you back here tonight for a late night news roundup. Until then, have a wonderful day. And I just want to spend a special second just to say a big happy birthday to my son Lucas. Very, very proud to be his dad, and he makes me proud every single day of the week. So much love to you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.